Hi there, awesome friends. So I hope you've had a really wonderful festive season, and today we are going to play with some more waste, and in this instance chocolate wrappers, and I'm going to show you what I've made so far. Pardon me. Okay, so this little ATC is really gorgeous. I don't think the video does it justice. I used the chocolate wrapper underneath and colored a little die cut tree with alcohol markers and put a touch of glitter on it, and it's really, really pretty. And then this one, also die cut, that I kind of did off center because we always line everything up and I'm trying to do things differently. So I did this off center, and I'm going to finish that one for you just now, and I wanted to show you the rest. So we have some die cut backgrounds, and now we're going to play. Once again, I apologize for the tickle. I'm really struggling with my chest lately. Okay, so we first of all, we have some of these pieces of tin foil wrapping that were around little chocolate balls. So they're tin foil, you can hear. Okay, and then we have the plastic wrapping that looks like foil but isn't foil, and I'm going to show you what I've done with that. So firstly, both of these have been made using this plastic wrapping, and what I've done is I've prepped two for you so you can actually see what they look like. The blue one, I've covered the edge with a piece of metal tape, and the purple one I left so you can see the piece of the logo. So what I did to prepare it is, this is what the wrapping looks like, and obviously don't want the logo in the middle. I cut it in half just for time saving. I've already prepped this for you with some double-sided tape, and I just want to show you how I attach the chocolate wrapper so you can give that a try. And that one. So there's your chocolate wrapper cut in half, and about halfway on the prepared ATC I glued it down, and this one also. And remember, the wrappers are very crinkly. Just make sure not to have a gap in the middle, you know, you don't want to see that. And smoothing it down with an old credit card, or in this case my tool, and trimming from the back, should I say. So I find it much better to use some clean scissors that don't have metal tape glue all over them to trim this, because it's plastic, and I found that it hooked on my blade and tore, so I prefer to trim it with a pair of scissors. So now you can see the logos at the top, and it's really difficult to find something to use where the logo doesn't show through, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I do that, I don't know if you can see the logo still showing through in places. It's not that noticeable, but for me, I don't want to see beacon chocolates, and hence I put a strip of silver metal tape. But isn't that a great background? That didn't cost you anything, and we are going to use that. And I quite like this lacy background, don't you? So we'll use this one. I suppose what one should in fact do is just cut it a bit bigger so we know where to glue it. You know me, I hardly ever prepare anything. So there you go, that's better. I find it easier to use glue in a small tip bottle, especially on these lacy designs, because you don't want too much glue seeping out all over. So I hope you can see I'm not gluing perfectly everywhere, just as best I can where I can. I know there's one of my favorite card makers, Natasha Fruit, and she's got a really nice tip with a little sponge to put the glue on these intricate die cuts. So give her a follow on social media. She's one of my inspirations. Okay, so there we go. And I don't want the border of the die cut on here. Okay, so we've done that. I'm using a piece of waste, which is from my broad metal tape, so it's shiny and it's sort of, nothing sticks to it. And I'm pressing down here. There you go. So nothing sticking to my hand and I don't have glue all over myself. Okay, and we trim it from the back. Look how amazing that little ATC is. And it's out of a chocolate paper and a die cut. I'm sticking this under my mat just to flatten and dry nicely. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you this little one that I did. And there you can see the bits of logo sticking out, but it's not so noticeable. And I kept the border on the sides. But I kind of feel this one's unfinished. So we are going to draw a line of glitter, a line of glue, and we're going to put some glitter on it. I think that will really just finish it, and maybe a dot or two, maybe there. And I see there's a little piece of paper that I wanted to take off there. And there's another little piece of paper. A piece of the die cut didn't cut through nicely. There you go. In the center of the flower here. And just for some interest, we're going to put 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okie dokie. I'm using a piece of waste paper that I have. I actually think I want to go here as well. I'm just putting a dab of glue in certain areas. Remember, it's always the little extra touches that actually finish off your project. You know, because anyone can take a die cut and stick it down. But you obviously want your things to pop a bit. So using some glue, I am going to put this down. Okay, awesome. Okay. The glitter back in the bottle here. Okie dokie. And I want to show you how absolutely gorgeous this is. So I have a little paintbrush and I'm just going to dab carefully, not where I have glued. You can probably, it's better to do this when it's dry to get off the excess glue. But look how absolutely lovely that looks. Can you see all the little bits of glitter? Just finishes this off. Too cute. Okay, the second one that I want to show you is done with the tinfoil chocolate wrappers. So they're very difficult to unpeel without tearing them, but I rescued a few pieces. And once again, we are taking off our backing from the double-sided tape. I'll prep this card for you off screen. So I don't have the very broad tape. And then we have our pieces of paper. Okay, I just want to show you what I did and how I put the pieces down. Not much thought process here. What I did realize is that I preferred, you can see the foil sticks there. I prefer to put the straight pieces in the corners. I didn't really like too many straight pieces in the middle of my project. So, should we do that? Nope. Here's a piece that's straight. You'll see what I mean. You see, straight down the edges there. Also a piece that's fairly straight. I think I want to do that. And I overlap the edges. I never try and line up on the edges. It's far too difficult to do that. Here we've got another little piece of green. Overlap that. And this sticks really well. Okay. So it's like, you know, playing puzzle pieces. Okay, so obviously where you're overlapping the foil, there's no glue there. So that would be problematic in that the pieces don't have anywhere to stick properly. But I'll show you what I do with that. Okay, and maybe a little piece of red there. Okay. And some of my neighbour's little grandchild crying there. Okay. And here, a piece of red. And I'm just trying to sort of tear it more or less the size that I need, but it's not perfect. It's really not a problem. And put a piece over there. There's a gap. Okay. I don't want the silver to show. Okay, so that's really untidy, and you can see I've overlapped and covered everything. Once again, using my tool to flatten. Now this is interesting because you see when I flatten it, all these little pieces stand up, and then I tear them. So these are the pieces that are not glued down onto the tape. They're the pieces that are overlapping, and I'll tear them off. I'll gently tear off those overlapping pieces without taking off too much. There you go. Not taking off too much that you expose the glue of the tape. Sorry, my mind is now distracted by the crying baby. Okie dokie. You can see. And it's much easier to use your blade to do that. Now you can see there's one or two little gaps. That's not too much of a problem. We'll stick a bit of glue there and a bit of glue there and add a little touch more. There you go. And there you go. Okay, remember it's going to be covered anyway. Sorry about that. we're going to trim it again from the back. That's trimmed. And it's amazing for me how quickly my scissors always seem to be full of glue. Trim the back. And this time they were clean before I started, and it's cutting the double-sided tape that makes them all sticky. Okay, so you can see there's a few little hooky pieces. You can trim them with your blade if they irritate you, but I wouldn't be too fazed about it. Okay, so there's one, there's two, and how cute are they with your chocolate papers? Alrighty, so now we are going to use a lovely die cut. What you can do with your die cuts, if you want, is you can actually heat emboss them. I'm not going to bother with that. I have done one in the past with heat embossing. It really does look nice. But we are just going to use this. And all these amazing die cuts are from my Happy Mail friends, mostly in America. So thank you, whoever you are, for sending me such beautiful die cuts to play with. And that's one way you can spoil me, is by sending me a die cut or 10. Alrighty, so here we have our little prepared background. And just holding that gently. And how beautiful is that? I think it's so gorgeous. I'm going to stick this underneath my mat so that it can dry nicely. And then with this one, we're going to use this lovely background die cut that I got as well. And I think it'll be gorgeous. Also don't really want the background on it too much. So I'm going to trim it quickly. Just roughly. Okay. And then using a little bit of glue. If you've got any glue tips for me, I'd really love to know them. Another trick that I sometimes do when I'm busy with the intricate die cuts is I actually put some glue on a flat surface and then spread it around and then dip the die cut into the glue, which also works quite well. I just didn't feel like doing that today. I'm too lazy to go downstairs and get a glass mat, because I find the glass mats work quite well. Okay, there you go. And line that up really nicely. Put my hand on it to flatten it. Put my pin in the glue bottle, if I can get it in there, and then trim it. So yes, you can't just eat the chocolates. You've got to save the wrappers and do something with them. So I challenge you to create a little ATC or tag with a chocolate wrapper. Okay, I want to show you this one. And look how gorgeous that is, with the background showing through. Too cute, don't you think? So there we go. These are all the little ATC we made. And yeah, tell me which one is your favorite. There's one missing. Which one is missing? It's the one with the glitter on, and I have absolutely no idea where I put it to dry. Oh, here you go. There's our little one with the glitter dots on it. Gorgeous. Have fun, eat chocolate, and show me what you can make. And please share it on Facebook in our Tape a Tag group. Take care and have a blessed day.